For over half a century, the name D.B. Cooper has haunted the FBI, baffled detectives, and fascinated the public. The mysterious man who hijacked a plane, demanded $200,000 in ransom, and vanished into the night without a trace remains one of the greatest unsolved crimes in American history. But just when everyone thought the case had gone cold for good, detectives made a shocking discovery. They re-examined the infamous ransom money and found something that could finally change everything. The truth might have been hiding in plain sight for decades, and it's more chilling than anyone expected. The legend of D.B. Cooper begins on November 24, 1971, a stormy Thanksgiving Eve. A quiet man in a black suit boarded Northwest Orient Flight 305 in Portland, Oregon, carrying nothing but a briefcase and a plan that would rewrite criminal history. Halfway through the flight, he handed a note to a flight attendant, calmly stating that he had a bomb. His demand was simple: $200,000 in cash and 4 parachutes. After the ransom was delivered and the plane took off again, Cooper jumped into the freezing darkness over the dense forests of Washington state and was never seen again for years. Investigators scoured the wilderness, combed through rivers, and tracked every possible lead. Nothing. No body, no parachute, no sign of the mysterious man who defied gravity and justice. Then, in 1980, young boy discovered a bundle of decaying $20 bills buried along the Columbia River. Bills that matched the serial numbers of Cooper's ransom money. It was the first tangible evidence since the night of the hijacking. But it only deepened the mystery. How did the money end up miles from the drop zone? And why only a fraction of it? Now, decades later, that very money has revealed something astonishing. Recent forensic re-examinations using advanced technology techniques, unavailable in the 70s or 80s, have uncovered microscopic clues that detectives had never noticed before, according to reports from the independent team of researchers assisting in the case. Some of the bills showed traces of a rare metallic compound, one that was commonly used in aerospace manufacturing during the late 1960s and early 1970s. This shocking detail reignited speculation that Cooper may have had connections to Boeing or another aviation company, a theory investigators had dismissed years ago. But that wasn't the only revelation. Investigators also discovered tiny particles of algae and sediment trapped within the paper fibers, suggesting that the money had been submerged in water for far less time than previously believed. This means the bills might not have been in the Columbia River for 9 years as once thought, but possibly only a few months before their discovery. That single detail changes the entire timeline of what happened after Cooper's daring leap. If the money wasn't deposited in the river by nature, could someone have placed it there deliberately to mislead investigators? This theory is gaining traction. Some experts believe Cooper survived the jump and later discarded part of the ransom money to throw off the FBI. Others suspect that an accomplice could have tried to hide the evidence, unaware it would one day be found. What's truly shocking, however, is that DNA traces were also recovered from one of the bills during the new analysis. Although degraded, they could potentially be cross-referenced with existing databases using modern forensic methods. While authorities haven't confirmed whose DNA it might be, speculation is running wild that this new clue could finally bring the world closer to identifying the real D.B. Cooper, or at least proving once and for all whether he survived that night. For decades, theories have swirled that Cooper was an ex-paratrooper, a disgruntled bowing employee, or even an insider who used his knowledge of aviation to vanish without a trace. But this discovery, this microscopic evidence buried in the fibers of old, decaying bills, could be the key that cracks open the mystery. Even now, detectives say the case remains technically open, and the FBI still welcomes credible leads. But with these new clues emerging after 50 years, the story of D.B. Cooper feels more alive than ever. Could this be the final chapter in America's most famous unsolved mystery? Or is it yet another twist in a story that refuses to end? One thing is certain: D.B. Cooper's legend isn't buried in the past. It's written in every dollar bill he left behind. waiting for the truth to finally come to light.